Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at a brand new product announced by Wizards of the Coast. That is the Magic the Gathering gift pack. This is a replacement of the previous gift box, which was always released around the holidays. And it's mostly intended for people who don't actually play the game, who want to buy a gift for someone they know who plays Magic the Gathering. Now, the first thing you'll notice when looking at the box is that it looks remarkably similar to Pokemon EX boxes. I mean, there's no question this is a clear emulation of that product, and it's understandable. The Pokemon EX box has been very successful. It's worked very well for Pokemon. They've definitely moved a lot of the product, and it looks like Wizards of the Coast is just trying to jump onto that gravy train. Now, I will say that it does look very nice. The packaging looks very nice. It does look very appealing. I can see this being something that will attract the eye of people who don't play the game. If you're looking for a Magic the Gathering product for someone you know, but you don't know anything about it, if you compare this to like the Deckbuilder's Toolkit or the Fat Packs or the bundles or what have you, I mean, it looks nice, it looks appealing, it's going to look very good on the shelves. My biggest issue is that it probably should stay on the shelves. The pricing on these is very weird. It seems a little bit off to me, but that's pretty much par for the course with Wizards of the Coast. They tend to poorly price their packages, their bundles, their boxed products. And this is another example of that. So this has an MSRP of $19.99. That's USD. You don't have to be familiar with the currency. I'm just going to be comparing prices here. So it's $19.99 in USD. And it contains the following: 3 booster packs, 2 foil promos, in this case Karizev, Skyship Raider, and Metalwork Colossus. It contains 5 foil lands. These have unique art specific for this box, I believe. It's definitely not from another set, I don't think. So we have unique foil promo lands, essentially. We have 1 spin down die and a mini poster. Oh joy. Yeah, that mini poster, that's real enticing. I know. So anyway, mini poster aside, again, the pricing on this is weird. We have a $20 box, and we have $12 worth of boosters, so that's not a very good start. The promos currently, as of this recording, are $2 a piece. That's top of the market. I got those prices from Card Kingdom. They tend to be pretty high on market value. So at most, they're worth $2. You're never going to get $2 out of them, but that's how much you would pay for them individually. $2 a piece, and that's assuming that they don't plummet in price after this product goes on shelves, because obviously it's going to flood the market with more of them. And then we've got the spin down die, that's $1. Even the special kind of like promo dies for each of the individual sets, they're $1. You can buy those for $1. It's not a big deal. The poster is negligible. It's a piece of paper with a picture on it. I'm not super concerned about it. And then we have those foil lands. And those foil lands are everything. They have to be worth a lot. With the spin down, the boosters, and the promos, we have about $17 worth of stuff. Again, the promos are a dubious price, $4 max, but they're not going to be worth that much after this is released. And they're only going to go down in price with time. But the lands, those lands are interesting. There are people who are saying, like, if those lands are worth, $10 or whatever, then it's going to be worth it. That can't happen. It's not possible for those lands to make up for that price gap between the value of the contents and the MSRP of the box. The market will naturally dictate that. Let's just say in some fantasy land that for some reason those lands are worth $10 a piece, individually, $10 for each individual one. Obviously that's not possible, but let's just say that happens. You're not going to be able to buy these. They're not going to be on shelves. They're going to fly off the shelves in Walmart and Target and stuff like that. And local gaming stores aren't going to sell them. They're just going to crack them open, take the lands out, and make a profit off that. Now, Wizards of the Coast has an option of just, letting that product dissipate and then letting that be it, or reprinting more of it to meet demand. If they do that, then the prices of those lands are going to plummet in price. Every single time there's a new shipment, everyone's just going to open them. The market's going to be flooded. and with time the prices of those will go down. And that's, again, that's the extreme example, provided that they are actually worth the money. Realistically, you know, they're foil basic lands, they're not full arts. They do have unique art, but again, the market will naturally dictate that they can't be worth as much as the MSRP of the box. It will be after the stop seeing print that those will start going up again. So this will probably be a good investment item, because who knows what those promo lands will do, you know, 5 to 10 years from now. But as an average consumer, you're not going to get your money out of those promo lands on release, for sure. So, you know, who is this for, really? You know, you're not getting your money out of it. It's not going to happen. So, who is this for? And the answer is simple. I said before, this is for grandma. This is for grandma buying the Magic the Gathering product for their grandkid or something like that, right? It's pretty, it's shiny, it looks nice, and you know, it's 20 bucks, it's fine. It's for people who don't know what they're buying, to basically get suckered out of some money with some pretty packaging. And you know, that's about it, because anyone who actually plays the game probably isn't going to be super interested in this. The promos are kind of so-so. They're definitely not terrible. They're an improvement over previous promos that have been done for like Deckbuilder toolkits and stuff like that. But you know, overall it's just kind of meh. $12 worth of boosters in a $20 box isn't that appealing. Whether you like the foil lands, that's going to be up to you. The spin down dice is nice, but it doesn't make up for that $8 that's missing. The sad part is, if you compare this to the EX box, which this is trying to emulate, it's not a good comparison. It looks pretty bad. The reason those EX boxes have been so successful is because oftentimes they actually contain their MSRP value in the box. It's a $20 box, just like the gift pack, but the EX boxes contain 4 boosters, so you've got $16 worth of boosters in a $20 box to begin with, and then the promo often is actually a competitive card that's generally worth around $3 to $4. So even when it's not completely worth it, you're still getting, you know, $19 worth of stuff in a $20 box, and that's doable. I mean, it doesn't seem terrible to pay that. So you do get this little, like, oversized foily version of the promo. I guess that's worth $1 to some people, but the reason it's successful is because it's good for anybody. That doesn't really feel like it's the case with this gift pack. This is only for people who don't know what they're buying. You know, like the EX box. If grandma went to the Walmart to get the Pokemons for their grandkid and they saw the EX box, it's like, hey, that looks nice, my grandkid will enjoy that, and then they buy it for them. But then if an actual Pokemon collector goes and they see the EX box, it's like, well, hey, that doesn't seem like a bad deal, I think I'll buy one, why not? You know, and then like some kid goes and they'll like it, and a Pokemon competitive player might like it if they enjoy opening boosters from time to time. You know, everyone kind of likes it because it's kind of a good deal. It's, you know, you're getting $16 worth of boosters in a $20 box, and then the promo generally comes close to making up that difference. Here, it's not the same case. Grandma, when grandma goes and she goes and gets the magic cards for the grandkid, she might see this and think like, yeah, this seems like a good product. I'm going to buy that for Christmas, and, you know, good for me. They're going to think I'm the best grandma ever. But then a player goes in and they look at this and it's just like, no, not going to pay that much. Not going to pay that much for 3 boosters, Wizards. Not going to do it. You know, a collector's not going to buy it. Investors might like it for the promo lands, but realistically, it's not appealing to everyone, and that's why the Pokemon EX boxes were so successful. It's not because of the packaging, it's because they actually contained close to their MSRP within the box. It was close enough that people were willing to pay a little bit extra, and I don't feel like that's the case here. I don't know if people are going to pay $8 extra for the filler that's in this box, like they did with the Pokemon EX boxes. I mean, you're paying $8 for the foil promos, the foil lands, and a die, and a poster, I guess, if that's important, but it's just, it doesn't seem like $8 worth to me. Not like the Pokemon EX boxes where that extra $4 was going towards a $3 to $4 promo. Not only that, but if we start comparing this gift pack to what it replaces, I don't know if it's necessarily much of an improvement. It doesn't look great. The gift boxes did vary, so it's hard to compare them side by side. But the most recent one was $25, so it was $5 extra. It was $24.99 compared to $19.99. So it was $5 extra, and you got two extra boosters in it. So that's already kind of a stretch. Now, I will say that the filler in the gift pack is probably better because in the gift box we got like dividers and stickers and stuff like that, like not stuff that's very useful. There was a land pack, and the promo in the last gift box I think was a foundry inspector, chief of the foundry, something like that. It wasn't alternate art though. Interesting point was that it was alternate art, but you did get the box, and the boxes people were kind of not super excited about the boxes because they weren't that great. But you did get the box. The box could store, I think, 800 cards. So it's is it an upgrade to that? I don't know. I think it'll sell better just because it looks better on the shelves. But whether it's really debatable as to whether this is an improvement over what we had. But what gets really interesting is when we start comparing this with the Deckbuilder's Toolkit. Now, I'm actually, and people probably won't believe me when I say this, I'm a really big fan of the toolkit. The reason I'm a fan of the toolkit is because it has a very specific use, it has a very specific audience, it appeals to that audience very well, and you almost get your value's worth out of the box. The Deck Builder's Toolkit is $20, and it comes with 4 boosters, so there you go, you've got your $16 worth of boosters in a $20 box. Much more comparable to the Pokemon EX box. And then you get 100 basic lands, you get 125 semi-random cards, and you get the storage box, which might be, in my opinion, the best storage box that Wizards of the Coast makes. Now, that's not saying much. It's still not great. It's really flimsy. It's not made of good materials, but compared to the Fat Pack box, which I don't like, it's flimsy, but, it's an improvement over the Fat Pack box, in my opinion. But anyway, when we look at these side by side, it's kind of a little bit weird, okay? Again, both are $20, so identical MSRP. We have 4 boosters in the toolkit, 3 boosters in the gift pack. So I give that to the toolkit. We have 100 basic lands in the toolkit, 5 foil basic lands in the gift pack. Now, that's going to depend on whether you're an investor or not. If you're an investor, you don't give a crap about those basic lands. If you're a new player, you definitely want those basic lands. Now, I personally like the toolkit in this category just because it has an audience. It has a consumer that it wants to appease, that being new players. However, the foil basic lands will probably have more value over time. It's almost assured. And then we have the 125 semi-randomized cards versus the 2 foil promos. And then we have, again, the spin down die versus the box. I personally prefer the box, but that's going to be a matter of opinion again. So it's a debatable comparison. I'm sure some people are going to like one and some are going to like the other. I personally 1,000,000% would prefer the Deck Builder's Toolkit. For the same price, I'd rather have the extra booster, so I could potentially get that extra bomb rare that could pay for the product if I'm lucky. I'd rather have the land pack. Well, not really. I'd rather have the foil lands, but I'd definitely rather have the box over the spin down. So if I was going to walk into a place and spend 20 bucks on one of these, I personally would go with the toolkit. But again, that's going to be a matter of personal opinion. What's interesting is that both of these are going to be on the shelves at the same time, and that seems kind of weird. Same price point, slightly different products. I do wonder if the toolkit is going to survive this, which is really too bad because the toolkit is so good for new players. Just because you get so close to your MSRP out of it. If someone says, I'm new to Magic and I got 20 bucks, what should I do? Well, actually, in that case, I would say go buy an intro pack, because that'll get you started. But the Deck Builder's Toolkit is a great way to kind of start a collection. So where does that leave us? I mean, I don't mean to just sit here and rag on Wizards of the Coast or just berate this product. It just doesn't seem like it has an audience. It doesn't seem like it has a target consumer. There doesn't seem to be really anyone who this is good for. The only people who are really going to like this are probably long-time investors who want to invest in those foil lands, and that's going to be very dependent on how much this is printed, on whether that's, has any long-term value. It's not good for casual players, it's not good for experienced players, it's not good for competitive players, it's not really good for anybody except for people who don't know what they're buying. But for anyone who actually knows what they're buying, I can't imagine this is super appealing. It looks nice, I keep saying that, it does look very nice. It's just, if you're trying to make a Pokemon EX box in Magic, you have to do what Pokemon did and actually put the MSRP in the box. Put a 4th booster in this. If you strip out those basic lands and put a 4th booster in this, totally worth it. I would absolutely consider buying it if it had a 4th booster. That's it. That's all it needs is a 4th booster. And I know that would destroy the long-term value. If you're watching this as an investor, the idea of stripping those foil lands out probably, makes you cringe. You don't want to do that. But as far as selling a product, I don't know. I don't see this as something that I would ever want to purchase. I don't think I'm going to be opening this on this channel just because I don't really want to spend my money on it. I guess if enough people want to see it, then we can certainly crack one open and maybe make fun of it a little bit. But it's not something that I want to spend my money on. But, that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Feel free to tell me so in the comments. That's fine. But yep, that's all I have to say about it. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for dealing with my dull and droning voice for this long. If you did like this video, be sure to check out the channel. I do upload regularly. And yep, I guess that's it. And I will see you guys in the next one.